Welcome back to a new video. So this was my Saturday workout and I did more waves, and I decided to do some low hang snatches. I got up to 110, but the waves went to 100. On the last wave I missed 100 on the first time and made it on the second attempt, simply just because I tried harder, and then bumped up to 110 because of how good the 100 felt once I actually just tried harder. And I guess what I mean by that, because I kind of mentioned that a lot, is just being more aggressive. Often I try not to do that for every single lift I do, particularly if it's lighter weights. I'm trying to focus on, in this case, keeping my arms long, keeping the bar close. You're trying to think of technical things, but once you get to a certain weight, you just kind of have to turn on the ooga booga brain and just try to lift, just try to be good and try to be aggressive. Try to lift all good, and just go brain neutral as much as you can. But happy to come back and make that 100 and to make the 110. I don't know what my best low hang snatch is. For most complexes, it is about 120. So as long as I'm consistently getting up to 110 on these particular types of sessions, I'm certainly happy with that. And I kind of set the goal of doing these waves and then getting to 100. So getting to 110 is not even necessarily like a big goal that I have. It's to do the waves because I'm honestly really liking them. I actually did more waves the day after on Sunday as well, and so 3 days in a row of snatch waves. And probably won't do it for clean and jerks every day or anything like that crazy, or for squats and for pulls, but for snatches it feels pretty good. But after the snatch work, I moved on to doing some power clean plus push press, and did some waves again with those. But the goal was to get up to 110 for just one power clean and push press. And that reminds me, before the session started, I was doing some SOTS presses, and the more I'm doing them, the better my just general shoulder and upper back mobility is getting. So when I actually was doing the power cleans, I was really surprised with how well my elbows were getting under and how much mobility I had in my front rack. Obviously, when you have straps on, that kind of limits it, particularly for myself, because I am larger and I also just don't have tons of natural upper body mobility, particularly in that front rack. But I was really feeling really mobile, which is really odd. So I was catching it with what I felt like were pretty normal elbows and a pretty full grip on the bar because of the straps. And really surprised with that, but felt really good doing the SOTS presses. And I'm doing actual SOTS presses, so like with a clean grip. And before, at the beginning of the session, when I was doing them, it was with shoes on, I believe, and with the white kilo plates under my heels as well. So I had pretty high heel elevation. On Sunday, I actually did them with just my weightlifting shoes on. I was able to actually, do the normal movement, because obviously you want the heels elevated to allow the bar to actually get back behind you, because if you don't, then it's just in front, and that's not ideal. And so I've been slowly building that, and I think if I just continue to do that as just a part of a warm-up every day, then it will just slowly get better. I'm not worried about trying to add weight, but more so just trying to use it as like a dynamic stretch, and been pleasantly surprised that the front rack mobility has gotten better. So I think downstream, as far as training goes, it's not just, oh, it's going to help my left shoulder feel better for snatches or for jerks or whatever. It's just going to be a generally good thing for me to do, and something I definitely want to continue to do, because I'm already feeling the effects, and it's only been 3 days. And probably did the most on the first day, since I was doing snatch SOTS presses and ones with just a clean grip on the same day, and then just the clean SOTS yesterday, or in this session, and today. So I think as long as my mobility's there, I think I'll stick with the clean ones, but I could also add the snatch ones in as well. And I think that'll be a good way to kind of scale once I'm hopefully doing it without any shoes, because that's kind of the general idea, is to get it mobile enough to do a SOTS press without weightlifting, with any sort of elevation on my heels, just as part of a warm-up. And like I said, not to even add any amount of weight, but just to do it for the stretch of it. But to do that, and then potentially the scale to that is to do no shoes or heel elevation, do snatch grip SOTS presses, so they kind of scale from there upwards. So kind of have to play around with that, but it's kind of nice because it's becoming more simple. Like on the first time I did it, I was like, this is really difficult, but with the amount of heel elevation I did, it was like, all right, this is doable. And then I was able to be more consistent about it. So I think as long as I'm okay with potentially regressing on a day and, adding all of that elevation and just mostly just trying to go through that range of motion, just trying to stretch out the shoulder. Because what I'm noticing is when I first start to do it, my left arm locks out slower than my right one. And then as I start to stretch and get that, I'm able to kind of, press and get them to lock out at the same time. And that kind of makes sense because my left shoulder is tighter than the right one. So just something that I can monitor, as I'm warming up. But did end with some back squats in the session. The first set of 185 here, I did a set of 5, which I was really surprised I was able to do, and then did 2 sets of 2. So if you add that to the sets that I did earlier in the week where I did 11 reps, I did a total of 20 from, between 180 and 185. And so the goal next week is I'll probably end up being to have too much of an ego to do 180 again, but I'll probably do 185 and try to do that for a 5x5 and see if that's possible. Maybe that's tomorrow. On Monday I'll do that, or Tuesday. I'm not really sure because work kind of starts tomorrow. It's like a full professional development day, but I'm going to be at work all day. So it's going to, be something that I have to count for. So who knows? Monday or Tuesday I'll try to do that for a 5x5, but I don't know. That, and I kind of want to try a 7-10, but these sets of 5, like that set of 5 felt really difficult. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to scale up the reps that high, but we'll see. But that's going to be it for this one. I'll talk to you on the next video. Have a good day. Peace.